Tinubu approves NNPC's request to use dividends to pay subsidy as fuel subsidies go up 6.8 trillion naira. Despite many denials by the Nigerian government on non-payment of fuel subsidies, President Bola Tinubu has given approval to the Nigerian National Petroleum Company (NNPC) Limited to use the 2023 final dividends owed to the federal government to the federation to cover the cost of petrol subsidies, Business Day reports. The president reportedly approved a halt on the payment of 2024 interim dividends to the federation to help boost NNPC's cash flow. The NNPC informed the president that due to subsidy payments, it is currently unable to pay taxes and royalties into the federation accounts, referring to this as a subsidy shortfall. But then there was a report in February 2024 from IMF where they said that the Nigerian government are still paying fuel subsidy from backdoor. This was the report from IMF as at February 2024, and they said during the swearing-in speech of Mr. President, he apparently told Nigerians that subsidy was gone. But IMF came back to debunk that claim, and they said the Nigerian government has come through the back door to begin to pay for fuel subsidy. And Nigerians are wondering that if they are still paying fuel subsidy, how come we're buying fuel in our filling station at the price that we are currently buying them? In some fuel stations now, beyond the fuel scarcity, they are selling for 600 naira, 620. They are from some fuel stations that when you go there, they sell for 700 naira. How does the Nigerian government want to explain this? But then there is a report from one Dambelo, a China-based journalist, who gave a report as regards to why fuel subsidy is where it is in Nigeria. This report is in Hausa, but it is translated in English for our viewers to understand what this report entails. Please, let's have a view of that report.
Me yasa man fetur ke tsada a Najeriya? Bari in fayyace muku. Tinubu da iyalan shi ne suka mallaki kamfanin mai na Owando. Sannan ba su daɗe da saye kamfanin mai na Ajib a Najeriya ba, wanda shi kuma mamallakin rijiyoyin mai ne guda 17 kuma yana haƙo garwan mai miliyan 11 a kowace shekara. Saboda haka yanzu rijiyoyin man nan mallakar iyalan Tinubu ne. Bayan an haƙo ɗanyen mai sai tacewa domin cire fetur, dizal da sauransu. Maimako a tace ma a Najeriya, a'a, sai aka zaɓi ƙasar Malta, wanda ko rabin Legas bai kai a girma ba. Ga tambaya, me yasa ƙasa kamar Najeriya ba ta iya tace mai ba, amma ƙasar da ko rabin Legas ba ta kai girma ba? Za ta iya tace min da mutanen Najeriya su dogara a kai. A shekara 2011, babban kamfanin mai na Malta, NNPCL, ya rattaba hannu akan takardun ba da aron masana'antunta na sarrafa mai da ajiyewa zuwa ga kamfanin Ras Hanzir. Su waye suka mallaki kamfanin Ras Hanzir? Iyalan Tinubu a ƙarƙashin jagorancin Wale Tinubu da taimakon Adewale Tinubu Jr. Wale tare da iyalan Tinubu su ne kuma suke shugabancin kamfanin Owando wanda na baku labari tun farko. Yau wato bari mu sauka bayanan. Iyalan Tinubu sun mallaki kamfanin Owando wanda ya sayi rijiyoyin mai na Ajib. Yanzu kuma ya karba aron kamfanin sarrafa mai a Malta da sunan Ras Hanzir. To idan ba ku ruɗe ba, yanzu haka Ras Hanzir mallakar iyalan Tinubu ya kafa matatar mai a Malta, sannan kuma ya sayi kamfanin sarrafa mai da ajiye min da ya karba aro a shekarar 2021. Saboda haka yanzu suna da rijiyoyin mai, kamfanin tace mai, kamfanin sarrafa mai da wuraren aje tacecin mai. Saura shigo da mai ne kawai ya rage Najeriya. Saboda haka Tinubu na zama shugaban ƙasa, abin da ya fara yi shi ne cire tallafin man fetur saboda arzikin shi ya ƙaru. Kuma duk da haka akwai tallafin da yake biya a ɓoye daga asusun ƙasa zuwa nashi aljihun, kamun ya ida cire tallafin baki ɗaya ya zama daga aljihunku ne yake zuwa nashi aljihun. Ya haƙo, ya sayar da kanshi, ya kai Malta, ya sarrafa, sannan ya dawo kuma ya sayar muku. Kuma ya ɗebi kuɗi daga asusun ƙasa ya biya kanshi tallafin man fetur. Ga kuma alaƙa wannan zaluncin da farashin dala. Najeriya tana samun dala ne idan ta sayar da ɗanyen mai ga ƙasashen waje. To in ta sayar da man sannan ta ɗibo wannan dalolin ta dawo da su gida, kun ga za a samu wadatar dala, farashin dala zai ƙasa. Amma me yasa ba a samu wadatar dala a Najeriya? Saboda idan an sai da ɗanyen man ana amfani da dalolin ne a siyo tataccen mai da ƙasar waje. Yanzu mafi akasari daga ƙasar Malta. Da wajen sama da dala biliyan 2 a shekara ta 2023 kacal. Wannan zai sa Najeriya ba ta da isassun dalolin da za ta kawo gida ta sayar, lamarin da zai ƙara farashin dala. To sai dai waye a halin yanzu yake da isassun daloli da zai iya dawowa gida ya sayar a farashi mai yawa? Tinubu da iyalansa. Kai kuma Dangote da karambani sai ka gina matatan man da ya fi kowanne girma a duk faɗin duniya. Ko ka san me haka zai jawo farashin mai a cikin Najeriya da farashin dala? Ku rubuta mu a comment section.
All right, so how will the Nigerian government explain all of this? This was a recent report from Dan Bello where he posted this on his X handle, and since then the Nigerian government has been after him. He recently talked about the case of fraud in Kano State, where one of our lawmakers has over 100 BVN to herself, one person having over 100 BVN, and since then the Nigerian government has been after this guy's case just because he has come out to reveal the truth about them. But then in a report from last year, as reported by Nairametrics, NNPCL came out to say again that no fuel subsidy payment has been made to marketers since 2016. And we are wondering, as at 2016, President Muhammadu Buhari was the one in power then. And as at that time, payment of subsidy is given to them. So if payment of subsidy is paid to NNPCL and NNPCL is coming out to debunk that claim, where has that money gone to? How much are they owing on subsidy? According to NNPC, they said Nigerian governments are borrowing to pay subsidy. And sometimes this year, the Minister of Finance came out to say that Nigeria is still paying over 5 trillion naira on subsidy. So the question to ask is now, who are the Nigerian government deceiving? If we are still paying subsidy, because just in a report has come in that the Nigerian government is still spending the federation's dividend out of the money that the Nigerian government said is not available. They are spending the federation dividend to defray petrol subsidy. So they are going to take the dividend that is left from 2023 to use it as a subsidy shortfall to pay for subsidy again in 2024. So if we are paying subsidy, if we are paying subsidy on fuel, why are we still buying fuel per litre for over 600 naira in Nigeria? Who is receiving the subsidy? That means, so the breakdown of this is that the Nigerian government is paying themselves fuel subsidy, and the Nigerian government is still selling fuel for Nigerians. Despite paying subsidy, Nigerians are paying twice the price that they are supposed to be paying on subsidy. So this means that Nigerian governments are paying themselves subsidy, and they are also taking the benefit that is coming from Nigeria. So that is, if fuel is supposed to be sold for 200 naira in Nigeria, Nigerians are now paying times 3 of that amount. Only 200 naira gets to NNPCL. Then the Nigerian government take the rest of the percentage. So this is how the Nigerian government has been sucking Nigerians dry. And I think it is high time that Nigerians begin to arise to this reality. You know, my take on the protest is that a lot of people came out to protest out of ignorance. We are hungry is the only claim. But here we have a bigger problem here. Now, the protest is not going, the fight now is not to come out to say you are hungry. The fight now is that, how are you doing this thing? How do you manage to do all of these things for yourself? So we are in a country where we don't know whether to believe NNPCL or to believe the Nigerian government. There's nobody to explain to us what is currently happening as regards to this issue of subsidy. Let's get clarity. Let's get it clear as to what exactly we have on ground, if truly subsidy is being paid, because the stakeholders involved in this story, they've come out to say, the Minister of Finance himself said we are still paying over 5 trillion naira on subsidy as of 2024. But the word of Mr. President is what a lot of people are holding on to as to why we are where we are in Nigeria. When he said subsidy was gone, the impact on Nigerians increased by 100%, but subsidy is no more. We are still paying subsidy. How come life is still very difficult for Nigerians? I will leave Nigerians to think about this. This is where we are in Nigeria. We are still paying subsidy, and Nigerians are the one still lamenting on this issue. What are your thoughts on this story? Who do you think we should believe? The NNPCL, who said they are using the dividends from 2023 budget to pay for subsidy, or the Nigerian government, who approves the dividends from the federation account to be used as subsidy for fuel, yet we are still getting fuel for 600 naira and over 600 naira in Nigeria? Who exactly do you think we should believe? The Nigerian government or NNPCL? I would like that you drop your answer in our comment section in whatever platform that you are watching us. At the same time, before we leave the studio, we'd like that you follow us on all our social media platform. On Facebook, we are Prime Media TV, Instagram and TikTok, we are Prime Media Studios. On the website where you're currently watching us, we are enginespeak.com, and you can do well to follow us on YouTube at Engine Speak. I am Ayo. Until I come your way again tomorrow on the Morning View, please stay tuned and have a great day.